Have you ever chanted the Restore Sutra with deep sincerity and devotion, only to feel that nothing has changed? Have you ever wondered if perhaps you've missed something crucial, something hidden in plain sight? Something that makes the difference between empty repetition and true spiritual transformation. Welcome back to the channel. I'm truly grateful to have you here today, because what we're about to explore may forever shift the way you approach not just this powerful sutra, but your entire spiritual practice. The Restore Sutra, known for its immense power to benefit the deceased, transform karma, and unlock profound merit, holds within it secrets that are often overlooked. These aren't esoteric codes or mystical passwords. They are truths that require sincerity, depth of heart, and above all, understanding. Today, I invite you to journey with me beyond the words. Let's unpack the real power behind the Restore Sutra, its hidden keys, its forgotten context, and the essential mindset needed to activate its true potential. Because chanting without understanding is like pouring water into a sealed pot. It might make nice, but it will never fill. Let's begin with the foundational question. Who is Restore Bodhisattva? Often depicted as a monk with a staff and wish-fulfilling jewel, Restore Bodhisattva Reciting in Sanskrit, made an earth-shattering vow. As long as there is still one being in hell, I will not attain Buddhahood. Let that sink in. This vow is not a poetic metaphor, it's a declaration of absolute compassion, unconditional service, limitless patience. It's the embodiment of a truth we often forget, that enlightenment is not for oneself alone. True awakening includes all beings, and until every being is free, the journey is not complete. This is the heart of the Restore Sutra. It's not a text about gaining blessings. It's a call to radical compassion. When we recite this sutra, we're not just reading verses. We're aligning ourselves with this vow, with this heart. And if we chant it with selfish motives, only to reduce our own suffering, or to accumulate merit without offering it, we miss its power entirely. One of the most overlooked secrets of this sutra is that it is fundamentally about intention. A man named Daniel once came to a temple after losing his father. He was instructed to chant the Restore Sutra for 49 days to dedicate merit to his father's consciousness. At first, Daniel recited mechanically. He was filled with doubt. Is this really doing anything? He asked the monk. The monk replied gently, Are you reciting with life, or just reciting with lips? At night, Daniel began reading the sutra aloud, but this time he held a photo of his father. He spoke each word as if speaking to them directly. He cried, he laughed, he remembered. On the 49th day, he didn't feel a miracle, but he felt peace. Profound, unmistakable peace. That is the kind of transformation this sutra offers, not just for the dead, but for the living. For those who dare to recite with their hearts. Another key often ignored is the power of repentance embedded in the sutra. The Restore Sutra is filled with stories of beings in suffering not because of divine punishment, but due to their own unwholesome actions. It makes no attempt to sugarcoat karma. But more importantly, it offers hope. The sutra teaches that sincere repentance, and not guilt, not self-hatred, but humble recognition and vow to change can transform even the darkest karma. There's a story in the sutra of a woman named Bright Eyes, whose mother was reborn in hell due to her disbelief and harmful actions. Ava stated, Bright Eyes makes offerings and prays with deep sincerity. Eventually, her mother is released from suffering and reborn in a higher realm. This is not mythology, it is a spiritual truth. Sensory remorse opens the gates of transformation. In fact, some Buddhist masters say that even a moment of genuine repentance can shift lifetimes of karma. So when you recite the sutra, ask yourself, what am I holding onto that no longer serves? What have I done, said, or thought that I now regret? Bring that into your recitation. Let each verse be a cleansing, a release, a renewal. Another hidden power of the Restore Sutra lies in the act of dedication. Too many people recite and then forget to dedicate, or they dedicate in a mechanical way, without presence. A dedication is the bridge. It is the moment where your merit becomes a gift, and not just to yourself, but to others. One elderly woman in Taiwan recited the Restore Sutra every day. She never missed a single day for 20 years. Monastic how she kept going, she said. Each time I finish, I imagine the merit is light, and I send that light to someone who needs it. She had no wealth, or fame. Her presence radiated peace, and when she passed, hundreds attended her funeral, many of whom said, "She saved my life." That's the silent power of dedication, makes the invisible visible, the internal external. There is also a deeper, more mysterious layer to the sutra, its connection to the unseen realms. Your Restore Sutra speaks frequently of ghosts, hell beings, and spirits. Some dismiss this as superstition, but in reality, it points to the subtle dimensions of consciousness that modern science is only beginning to touch. Whether or not you believe in literal hells, the truth is that many of us live in psychological hell states of torment, regret, and despair. The sutra teaches that even these states can be healed not by denial, but through compassion, through presence, through prayer. And there are countless stories of people who recited the sutra and experienced release, not just for others, but within themselves. One man named James had recurring dreams of a shadow figure crying out in pain. He began to chant the Restore Sutra daily, dedicating the merit to all forgotten souls. The dreams stopped. In their place came a stillness, a sense of gratitude, as if something had been freed. We may never fully understand the mechanisms, but the results speak for themselves. And the final, most overlooked secret is this. The Restore Sutra is not just a chant, it is a vow. Each time you recite it, you're renewing your place in a lineage of compassion that stretches back centuries. You're joining Restore Buddhism, and not as a follower, but as a co-traveler. His vow becomes your vow. To never give up on any being. To bring light into the darkest places. To walk the path with humility, courage, and life. This is what it means to truly recite the Restore Sutra, not to seek gain, but to offer light. So tonight, or tomorrow morning, when you open the sutra again, do it with new eyes. Before you speak a word, pause. Think of someone who is suffering. Feel their pain. For your practice to them. And chant. At every syllable be a river. Let it carry love across rounds. Let it heal. And when you finish, dedicate the merit not just in words, but in spirit. May all beings in darkness find the light. May all those forgotten be remembered. May my life become an offering of peace. Thank you for joining me today for this deep dive into the real power of the Restore Sutra. If this teaching resonated with you, if you've ever experienced something special through this practice, please share your story in the comments. And if this is your first time hearing of this sutra, I encourage you to try it. Even one verse, with sincerity, can change your life. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a supporter to help us bring more sacred teachings to those who need it. Thank you for watching this video. May your voice become a lamp in the dark, and may every chant ripple through the cosmos with compassion.